Ho, 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 and welcome to another episode of Funny Talk with Mangelli and Max. I'm Tom Mangelli. This is my co-host, Doug Max.
And with us tonight is a very, very special guest. I'm pleased to introduce you to Kofi. I didn't want to use your whole name in case we don't know what you're going to say. Would you like your full title?
No, that's fine. That's good, actually.
Kofi?
Follow that word.
Kofi is, I believe he is my second oldest friend. My first one goes back to 5 years old.
You don't look that old.
Yeah. And Kofi and I met when he was an AFS student from Ghana. He came to my high school in beautiful Summit, New Jersey. He and I corresponded, blah, blah, blah. He probably knows his story better than me, but we just want to be funny with him. Anyway, Kofi, welcome.
Thank you.
So, Kofi, Doug has told me a lot about you. Some of it was good. Tell us about Kofi.
Wait a minute.
Decaf or regular?
No, first we got to tell people about our sponsor, Tom.
Oh, I forgot about our sponsor.
Yeah, don't forget about our sponsor.
Our sponsor is J. Irwin Productions. If you need to put together a comedy show for a fundraiser, a private party, a corporate event, a restaurant showcase, assuming restaurants are still open, you need to contact Jack at jirwinproductions.com. Jack Hoffman, he's the guy to know and to meet. He knows all the comics in North Jersey, New Jersey metropolitan area, New York, and he puts together great shows, and he's great to work with. Right, Doug?
Absolutely, and to be honest, in these COVID times, listen, beyond comedy, you want somebody to come and sweep your kitchen floor? I bet he can find you a comedian that'd be happy to sweep the floor for like $15 an hour. Believe me, it's more than they're getting at most shows. I charge $17.50 an hour for cleaning because I'm OCD and I'm really good at it. Surgery is $129. And I'll do almost anything in between. We'll negotiate a price. And now back to my friend, corporate attorney, photographer, raconteur, really good at calculus, Kofi.
Thank you.
So you're an attorney?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, that's great. What kind of law do you practice?
I have been an in-house lawyer, meaning I work in corporations inside.
Uh-huh.
So really, you do anything that comes through the door, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right.
But my area, because I work for scientists and engineers and also marketing people, so my area, intellectual property, privacy, data privacy, that is, a lot of contracts, business development, things like that.
Hey, that's enough. Tom, be funny with all that.
Oh, I was just going to say that I used to teach business law as one of the electives that I taught, both at Barnegat High School and John F. Kennedy High School in Patterson.
Cool.
You can spend like the whole year just on contracts. I mean, oh my God.
Yes.
You know, I just remember, you reminded me of a story I heard from another attorney friend of mine who said he was brilliant, but maybe too brilliant. And he once told me something like he was challenged by attorneys of the opposing side, and he just cited a case. He said, according to Mavis v. Smith, 1675, and did whatever numbers you do to make it believable. And he created a case that said this evidence was admissible. He said, you know, they just, if you do it believably, nobody's going to look that up. They're not going to go back in the record if it's not a big deal. And I'm like, really? Wow. So, but Kofi, I'm sure, never lied. He might not have told me.
No, but actually, you know, that lawyer, whoever did that, he could get disciplined for that.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving him up.
Because it's unethical.
Come after me and try to get the name out of me.
Believe it or not, lawyers have ethics.
But is there like a secret mafia of lawyers that come in? What else do you do? You're a watch collector. You love watches.
Yes, I collect watches. I love watches. I stay up all night listening to them tick. Don't ask me why.
Tom does too, but it's normally the Rice Krispies because he eats way too many of them.
Yeah, I'm a serial killer. I killed a box this morning.
Oh, where?
You know, they found Snap, Crackle, and Pop dead. They suspect a serial killer.
Oh,
Kofi,
okay.
Tom is being funny.
I know.
Crackle and Pop. Yeah. You have to expect that from Tom. I have to warn people. And if there are many words that you can't use around him because he has too much fun with words.
Now, I want to know, since you've become good friends with Doug many, many years ago, has your judgment become any better?
What do you mean? In what way?
What were you thinking? It's Doug.
I've seen him change though, you know. He will not admit this, but you should have seen this man in high school.
Yeah?
First of all, he used to wear jeans. His
Okay.
jeans had holes everywhere. He had long hair.
Oh, wow. He had hair?
Down around his neck a lot. His glasses were rounder.
Uh-huh.
And you used to play the saxophone, didn't you?
I still play sax.
There you go.
I still play it.
But he
practices-
was a comedian.
He actually practices safe sex.
Oh, see?
When you put a condom over the saxophone, it quiets it down. But for me, that makes the audience appreciate it all the more. That's secret, Tom, you know? So.
Yeah. I've been friends with Doug for what, like eight years now?
I don't even know.
How do you guys meet?
Why now is 8 or 9 years?
We met, we both took a stand-up comedy class. Right.
You am I laughing?
Now I understand, a lot just came to fruition, all came together like in a jigsaw puzzle. Doug is hard of hearing in one ear. So he only heard half of the class, which accounts for
Tom was on my hearing side.
his stage performances.
Kofi, I've told you about the comedy instructor, the sociopath that stole thousands of dollars from me.
Yes.
About the life-saving operation he needed.
So you were going to send a posse to go get him. What happened?
I got the money back.
Oh, you did?
It cost me $1,000 in fees and bribes.
Wow.
I got Tony from Bayonne involved.
So now you have to pay the posse though, because otherwise they're gonna come get you.
But still, you remember that story? Because I talked about the sociopath for years. Yeah. Anyway, one of the things he taught us in class, this was the idiot one. He said, so like, say you're in a store and you see something funny and you think, I'm going to do a bit about this. And then he went on to say, yeah, it's not funny. Where do you get stuff from? Anyway, that's when I knew, that was the first sign I had a head shaking moment. I'm like, what? Do you remember that, Tom? You had,
Yeah.
If you had to have heard that. Maybe you
remember.
But I remember that clearly.
My favorite story with him is that on the very first day of stand-up comedy class, it was upstairs at the Comedy Cove. All the comics, just by happenstance, got there all at the same time, and we all went upstairs at the same time. So all at the same time, everybody is introducing each other. There's the two instructors and myself and Doug and a few other people. And we're going back and forth. Hi, my name is Doug. Hi, my name is Mary. So I said to who Doug calls the psychopath, hi, my name is Sade Better-en-Wa. And he just kind of, without skipping a beat, says, "Oh, hi, how are you? Thanks for coming." And for like half an hour, he thought Sade Benoit was my name. And in fact, she's a TV personality on a news show.
But my favorite is, there was a woman, there were like 5 of us in this class, 5 or 6 of us in this class. And early on, he goes, let's go around and introduce one another. And this woman who's taking comedy class first night, so she's never done any comedy. And it comes to her, what's your name? She says, do you want me to give you, what name should I give you? My real name or my stage name? She's never done comedy. Already she had a stage name. It would be like if you wanted to be Kofi the Great.
Since you're talking about names, now can I tell you my real name?
Yeah, please
My
do.
real name is Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu Wazabanga.
Get the hell out. That's my mother's name.
Oh, well,
No,
so your mother and I have something in common.
Mom!
There's only one way we could believe that, if you could repeat that 2 times fast.
I said Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu Wazabanga, Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu Wazabanga.
Holy
Say it 100 times, upside down. I can't do a headstand.
See, now, this is why he never worked at Roy Rogers. You can't put that on a name tag.
I have to learn that fucking thing to now do your real name?
It's a real name, yes.
No wonder they call you Kofi. People that
I told you 4-letter word.
for people that don't know, Kofi means you were born on Friday.
Yeah, but sometimes, most of the time people are born on Friday, but sometimes not.
So I've got a friend named Friday, and who came from Africa. So I'm like 17. I'd read Robinson Crusoe, and I'm great. He's Friday. I have to worry about him like being a cannibal.
That really eats me.
Do you remember the stories you used to tell people in high school?
Oh, you made stories up. This guy made stories up and told people, and they believed them too.
What kind of stories?
He said I had my favorite one. He said I had an elephant, and people believed him. High school was great.
I said you had to hunt an elephant, feed the village.
No, you used to say I have a pet elephant, and people will actually believe you, and you made up a name for it and everything,
Do you remember the name? I don't remember.
Blimpo. You said the name is Blimpo.
That might be it.
Damn it, that's what he calls me.
Oh.
Tom Mangelli, ladies and gentlemen, based on the elephant.
No, I got tears in my eyes from laughing.
You can't see that Tom is a sizable person if you didn't know, Kofi.
What?
Yes.
Tom is a sizable person. He's a big guy.
My credits are I'm the 14th biggest thing in comedy.
Huh.
But what country do you come from?
Where I come from?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm originally from Russia.
Really?
Yeah, ever heard of the Black Russians?
Exactly.
That's us. But I was born in Ghana.
Ghana, okay.
Yes.
They have these
Don't try to run for president.
they have these large birds I hear in Ghana. They're similar to an ostrich. It's called a rhea, R-H-E-A. Have you heard of them?
No.
No, the rhea, it looks just like an ostrich, but smaller. And because where they're from, they call them a gonorrhea.
Oh, okay. I know about them.
Gonorrhea.
They're very social animals. So anyway, my home health aide that we had for my father was from Ghana.
Oh.
And he had a wacky name too, but they called him Joe.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Your father. What about your father in Ghana?
My father's home health aide was from Ghana.
And do you know
Nice guy.
his name?
Huh?
Never mind. I once had a guy from India. His name was Kantilal Rajpara. And I had him in class, and I went up to him the day before, and I introduced myself. And I said, hi, I'm Doug, blah, blah, blah. And I said, my record says your name is Kantilal, but everybody calls you Raj. He goes, yeah, that's what they call me. I'm like, well, how would you prefer to be called? But he goes, Kantilal is my name. That's what I called him. I was the only person in 20 years of this company that called the guy by his name. He was just always Raj. You're an Indian guy, just Raj. He was a great guy. And he's like, I'm not going to fight it. And Kofi, people used to mess up your name.
Yeah, this still happens. I answer to anything that starts with a K. That's usually what I do. Makes it easy.
And I met you at Roots in Summit. You remember that?
Yeah.
Who did you make the reservation for? Roosevelt or something?
Yeah, I usually make reservations in different names, depending on how I feel.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the table for Kofi.
I do that all the time.
He's like, is it Benjamin Franklin? I'm like, yeah, that's him.
I've been Lincoln, I've been Jefferson, I've been Davis, you name it. I just,
How long was it until you gave up using your real name? When did you learn that?
Oh, I always do that because then they don't have to.
You didn't do it in Ghana if you were making reservations.
Oh, no, but I never went to a restaurant like that in Ghana, though.
That's funny.
Anyway, so Kofi and I spent a lot of time talking about all the humor from Washington, D.C.
That humor, is that what they call it?
This is, I want you to know, this is breaking news. The show isn't going to air until tomorrow night.
Who?
Breaking news. Evidently, Bill Barr is no longer our Attorney General. If you didn't hear that news.
Are you serious?
I was just handed a note by my handy staff.
Wow.
And she's very trustworthy. Yeah. Yeah. So.
That would be interesting.
That's Kof. It's true. So we'll hear about it after the show. We'll find out. What do you think of that, Tom? How did you as our Attorney General?
Well, I don't really have much to think about, actually.
I think I'll nominate Tom for our next Attorney General. What do you think?
Actually, he would be great.
I think he'd be a good one, too.
Did Biden nominate anyone that you know of? Did Biden appoint an Attorney General yet?
Not yet. If you call me, I turn him down.
Kof, give Tom a test case. Like what a senator might probe him with. What might as a part of the what do they have to do? Confirmation hearing.
Do you remember Senator Dan Quayle?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
What about Senator Benson?
Sure, Lloyd Benson.
Yes. Okay, good. The two men are tied in history. What was it that ties them together?
Rope?
Yeah, like a rope.
Lloyd Benson and Dan Quayle?
Yes, Texas and Indiana.
They were both professional basketball players.
Well, they both ran for office.
It's not going to be that.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
It has John Kennedy is involved in this.
Oh.
Oh, they conspired and shot JFK?
Well, I'll give you another hint. Debate on television.
They both messed up their debates.
Okay, well, Benson and Coy were debating, and
Oh, the you are no. Was that where you?
yeah,
You
okay,
are no. You are
okay.
no.
Wall, you getting warm now.
I knew Jack Kennedy, and you're no Jack Kennedy.
You are no, you are no, you are no,
That was it.
you are no John Kennedy senator. I work with John Kennedy, and you are
Right.
not John Kennedy. John Kennedy was a friend of mine.
Right. Abraham Lincoln was a friend of his. He was old.
My girlfriend said that to me the other night. She said, I've listened to Diana Ross. I've seen Diana Ross. And Doug Max, you are no Diana Ross.
No truer words have been uttered.
Okay, Tom, time to be funny.
You know, as a comic, you fall prey to these days where you just don't feel funny. This is one of those days for me. I don't know why.
Hey, come on.
What can I say?
You want Kofi to do all the funny for the show? He's an attorney. That's not fair.
I've known some funny attorneys.
Kofi, do you have any funny stories in front of judges and stuff that you can tell without giving anything away?
Oh,
Happen in the corporate world?
gee, corporate world.
The corporate attorney world. There had to have been some funny stuff.
Yeah.
I think your funniest stories were when you lived in Indiana and all your neighbors were trying to fix you up and get you to worship with them.
Oh. No, I just had a lot of nice neighbors. They invited me to go to service with them. Yeah.
Did you always do?
Actually, I did do that once. And it was
you saved?
Pardon me?
Were you saved?
Oh yeah. Well, yes, I was saved. No. They just, it was an interesting service though. There was a band, music, electronic organ, jamming, I brought my roller skates. I got up. I danced a little bit. Amen.
Seriously, you said jamming? You reminded me, I went to my dad's temple and the choir did the Shema to the tune of No Woman, No Cry.
Oh.
By Bob Marley. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is really familiar to me, but it's in Hebrew. Wait a minute. It was they co-opted Bob Marley to turn it into a Hebrew song.
Can you do it?
A great comedy premise of like prayers and well-known Christian or Jewish things, tunes, to inappropriate tunes.
Now, Kofi, what religion was that service with the disco skating or whatever the heck was going on there?
Well, anything goes religion kind of thing. Okay. You will not recognize it because it's, there are
evangelical, Pentecostal,
Episcopalian.
The Episcopalians are cool. They're very.
Name it. They got. Everybody's there. So it's really. Okay. What do they call that kind of service?
Oh, it could be Unitarian Universalist.
Yeah, but there's another name for that. Everything goes kind of church.
Non-denominational?
Yeah, but there's even, because non-denominational would just be that they are all Christian. This is more, it's everything,
Wow.
Protestants? No. I think maybe Unitarian, because the Unitarians have...
No. There's a word for it.
Church of Christ. What do I know? I was bar mitzvah.
You know, I heard Episcopalians had weak bladders.
Oh, is that true, huh?
No,
Hmm.
I made that up.
Well, when I was a kid, we used to go to church. It was a Seventh-day Adventist church.
Uh-huh.
You had to have a hard butt to be a member of that church because the service was like 8 hours long.
Oh my God.
It went on forever.
Oh,
I remember that.
yeesh.
I used to get heartburn every Saturday just thinking about the church service. It was on
Well, that's what I want in a religion, heartburn.
Sunday.
They should have given out, what do they call them, catheters.
It was not really, and you didn't see people getting up to go do wee-wee either. So I always wondered, now that I'm a grown-up, I'm always wondering, didn't people ever get thirsty? Didn't they want to go poop? Did they want to,
Why do you think they call it a pew?
But I remember, man, those services were long.
Tom, is that what you're supposed to do?
No, you're not supposed to.
I have a pew in my house, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, I have a little one, like a one-man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Where is it aiming? Are you praying to something? Like,
Oh no, I just bought it from this old guy on the street.
use it, Coach.
He
You know,
was selling it.
add a little spirituality to your life.
Yeah.
Okay. There, I've convinced you. I'm glad.
You know, I have an altar in my kitchen. It's a refrigerator. I pray to it.
Oh, cool.
No, I don't really. I'm not that out of control. I do eat an awful lot, though, I have to say. More than any 5 humans should.
What kind of food do you like to eat?
Seconds.
Oh, so who makes the primaries before you get a seconds?
Well, that's irrelevant.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's irrelevance in the seconds.
It's too much for you. Hey, okay. So,
Anywho.
Tom, what kind of food do you like?
Oh.
Yeah, we got time.
There's not enough.
Do you like pancakes, Tom?
Sure. Well, who wouldn't like pancakes?
What about waffles with butter and maple syrup? You like that?
Yeah.
Prime rib?
I love prime rib.
Gefilte fish.
I've actually eaten gefilte fish, and I didn't dislike it. Let's put it that way.
Kof, where are you? Do you eat gefilte fish?
I've had it many times.
You would have eaten it in front of Shirley, because otherwise she would have felt bad. Felt bad. Shirley is my mom, and Kofi would have come. I don't know how many. I know you would have been over for Passover.
I probably came for over the years. I say more than a dozen. I lost count of how many. I was saying this to somebody the other day because it's like I don't understand the Hebrew or anything, but I but I know enough just from listening and just coming to his house over the years. God, that's like some of it is like yesterday.
So 90% of the Jewish service is about yesterday, yesteryear, like millennium.
Yeah.
And the services are always the same. Oi, did we have it tough? Let's talk about how tough it was for like an hour, and then let's eat. So Yom Kippur, it's we were a horrible person. Let's not eat for a day. And ask everyone for their forgiveness. You don't have to do that in Christianity, do you? You don't ask people to forgive you unless you're in like 12 steps of
No. Christians do ask for forgiveness. Yeah, they do.
But now I always learned that Jews from Rosh Hashanah from Yom Kippur, from Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippur, you ask those you've sinned against to forgive you. And then on Yom Kippur, when you fast, God forgives you if you ask those you've sinned against. But I've always heard in Christianity, you seek forgiveness from a priest. You don't, hey, I screwed around with Jack's little sister. You don't have to go to Jack.
It's not really a forgiveness, it's absolution. There's a fine difference.
Huh. What is the difference?
Well, forgiveness, you would be asking the person who you've wronged. But absolution, you're asking for God to forgive you for your transgressions. Whatever that's worth.
Yeah, so listen, Jack, she was 12, so this is really going to cost you. 37 Hail Marys. Only 37?
Well, it depends on.
Did you ever have confession, Kofi?
Actually, I used to be Catholic once, and I did go to confession a few times, quite a few times actually. Once a week.
How old were you?
What?
How old were you?
Let's see. I was between 13 and 15, maybe. Look, I'm in boarding school, right? I'm in boarding school. You got to decide what church you want to go to.
Okay.
All the cool kids were in the Catholic school. Catholic church. So I joined them.
Did they offer
and then they had
backpacks?
They had classes. They call them catechism classes.
Oh yeah,
I took those, and then they quiz you, and then I passed, and they said, "Okay, now you." So that's how it happened for me.
My mom used to be a catechism teacher.
Oh.
But by then they changed the name from catechism to CCD.
Oh. Okay.
Which means what?
I have no idea.
Yes, you do. Christian something, children development.
I don't know.
You really don't know what CCD stands for?
No, but
I know what CYO stands for.
Yep, Christian Youth
So we used
Organization.
to hang out. That was like the best part of being Catholic. Every Sunday afternoon, we go to this CYO stuff, and there was everything, food, girls, you name it. Why wouldn't I want to be Catholic?
So the priest would come up to you and go, "Kofi, check out the girls. Take a couple. Whatever you want." I remember double dating with you. I remember we drove to Watchung Reservation.
I remember that actually, What happened to that girl that you brought? She went to wash you with you, is that it?
No.
Oh.
No, she was in my youth group when I was president.
Okay.
And last I heard, she got married.
Oh.
It's a long time ago. That was my girlfriend when I was 17 years old or something.
So she eventually freed herself from the duct tape.
Yeah, Kofi, he's so nice. We went on a date. He knew to bring scissors.
So Doug recently put online on Facebook a movie that he was in freshman year in college.
Oh,
I don't think
it was a mock of Star Trek.
I can send you the link. It's on YouTube.
Star Trek, is that what it's called?
I was in a movie once in high school. Doug, do you remember Barry Hamilton?
Of course.
Josh Greer.
I know him. Barry and I were in grade school together.
Well, they made a movie called Clean Peaches, and I was in it.
I vaguely remember.
I was in Clean Peaches. That was my one and only movie credit, in case you were wondering.
So Barry Hamilton and I were in 6th grade together, and we were competing for the main role in the school play that year of who was going to be Mary Till Eulenspiegel in the play, I know you know it, Mary Till Eulenspiegel and the Three Rogues. Anyway, I beat out Barry. I was Mary Till Eulenspiegel. Barry ended up becoming a professional actor.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now he's very involved in the arts. He's up in New York. He's
Of all the people from high school, he's one that I would love to see. You know?
Yeah, he's like a director of a school for developing actors.
Wow.
Like in New York, yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. I'd like to see him. He was a fun guy.
Yeah, a lot of our class did very well except for me.
Well, me too. Look at me.
No, you did good. You did good, my friend.
Now, Kofi, was Doug considered funny in high school?
Actually, he was.
Yeah?
He was.
Okay.
He used to do, the thing that I remember most is that he used to do this Groucho Marx imitation. Remember that?
That's the funniest thing I ever heard. Is it the name of a fish?
He would do the walk. No, he was a funny guy. He was.
I was president of my high school, of my Temple youth group, senior year, Tom.
Okay.
So I was adored by 10, maybe 15, 20. We used to have state conclaves where all the Jews would come together. So as a youth, we'd band together and we'd start plotting how we're going to run the world when we grow up and become part of the cabal. So, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Now,
am I going to get it at the next meeting? Oh my God.
So Doug, what percentage of your high school would you say was Jewish?
Oh. Well, I think 10% were black, and I'm pretty sure there were fewer Jews. You think that's
Really?
right, Kof? You remember senior year?
You know, it's hard to say. I don't remember.
Let me just think.
That's such a long time ago, you
Well,
know.
there were like 300 people in our class, but hang on, Tom. White guy, white girl, black guy, Jew. White guy, white guy, white guy, white guy, white girl, white girl, white girl, white girl, black guy, another Jew. Yeah, not many. Very rare.
Okay. Now, my high school, I grew up in Wayne, and I would say about 40% of the high school was Jewish. Another 40% was Italian, and and then everything else. So
I had no idea Wayne was that Jewish.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You know, my first job interview was in Wayne.
Oh yeah, where?
Yep. At GAF Corporation.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was in 1985.
Yep.
Well,
Oh yeah, we didn't give the rest of your credits as you're also a master's in polymer chemistry, right?
Yeah, I used to play with materials. Yeah. It's a good, that's of all the things I have learned, that's probably the most useful one.
Really?
It's really seriously, because when I walk everywhere I go, I look at materials differently. In other words, actually come to think of it. In my house, I have pieces of titanium laying around. I have copper. I have brass. I have composites. I have them all over the place.
Wow.
You think you got a lot of materials. I got aluminum. There's plastic. I got paper, wood, more plastic.
Well, I didn't mention paper or wood or plastic because I assume, everybody has those. But I mean, I'm talking about the materials I have, the objects, like.
I know, Cope.
You see my titanium is right here. You see?
Okay.
That's my titanium.
What's the titanium worth, Cope?
I got a lot of materials.
What's a pound of titanium? What's a pound of titanium worth?
What?
What's a pound of titanium worth?
A pound of titanium, I guess depends on where you buy it, but it could cost you as much as $50.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
50. You
Yep.
know, last time I went to the store, the guy wanted 62. I'm like, 62 for a pound of titanium? I'm not giving you more than 43. We settled at 47. It was okay. But these titanium salesmen,
You should have called the police.
what do you do with that
No,
block
no,
of
call the
titanium soap?
FTC.
Is that
What?
just a paperweight? Is it a paperweight?
Oh yeah, you know, they paperweight. I use them for, sometimes I throw them at, you know, burglars. They go away when I flash my titanium.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you reminded me. You recognize this?
Yep, I have a few of those too still.
This is a sheet of carbon fiber. Now, I'm
Really?
wrong,
See, I made that and I gave it to Doug. I have them all over too.
and I used to take this camping with us and the boys, and I'd clear the spot under the tent, and then I'd use it to put my espresso maker on it, because when I camp with class. It really was a wonderful multi-purpose.
And now everyone's gone. Oh, there's
Now
no.
you got me all started.
This is going to kill our show.
Now that you got me all started.
What is that?
Funny. With
This is
the material scientist.
this material is probably the most expensive plastic you could buy.
Really?
Yeah, this is like a couple $100 easily a pound.
What is it?
And you could put it in an oven to 900 degrees and it still wouldn't burn.
Wow.
You know something? Tom would fucking eat it.
So
You
this
bake that thing at 900 degrees, it's getting tender enough for him. It's cold.
And you see, I'm afraid I'll drop this on my computer. This thing is so heavy though, that copper.
Oh, yeah.
What's the plastic called?
And I got brass.
He's not going to answer me. Okay.
I got brass, more brass. I got, you know.
So have you been enrolled in the Materials of the Month Club?
No, I think I want to join.
Tom was enrolled in the Materials of the Month Club, but they never sent them enough material to make any kind of decent outfit out of. Tom wanted to do that earlier when you used the word material the first time. He normally has something to say about material.
So Tom, you still live in Wayne?
No, I live in a town called Lakehurst, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you know your history, that's where the Hindenburg exploded.
Yes.
So no more Hindenburg. Now I'm the only blimp in Lakehurst, New Jersey.
Huh.
That was his humor again.
Yeah, a veiled attempt at it.
He's so used to hearing funny things from me and not laughing, Tom. That's
So
Tom joking about going into the diner at the Lakehurst Diner. And the menu there was what was on it, Tom?
Well, yeah, at the Lakehurst Diner, they have the a Hindenburger, which is a flaming hamburger on a Kaiser roll with a side of German potato salad.
Cool.
And they had a Nuremberger, but that was on a trial basis. And those are the
That's
jokes
where you
Doug was
laughed,
alluding to.
That was his courtroom joke.
Yes.
Did you ever see the movie Trial at Nuremberg with was it Spencer Tracy?
Yeah.
He was also he was in the Scopes murder trial. Was he also at the Nuremberg?
Yeah, he was. I think he was a judge.
He might.
He was a judge in the Nuremberg trial, I think.
Yeah, I saw it when I was really young. I haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
Where Trump's trial will be, and if
Yeah.
it's or not.
This will be
Where's the Southern District courtroom, Kofi?
it'll be in the they'll have it in the Bronx.
Oh,
By special request.
you'll be safe. They painted, I love the mayor, they painted Black Lives Matter right in front of Trump Tower.
Yes.
Saw that, right?
Yeah, that's something, isn't it?
What's something is that was like, it was intended as a fuck you to Trump, and pardon my French.
Yeah.
And when it shouldn't have been at all, to anyone. Anyway.
Yeah, but now he moved from New York. Now he's in Florida, you know.
Right.
He's not going to put his presidential library in New York. So
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I did a joke about his presidential library.
They're all pop-up books.
What?
pop
They're all
up books.
pop-up books.
No, it was something like
In his library, they will all be tweets.
can you have a presidential library with nothing but tweets?
Yeah, that's what they will have, right?
Yep.
But he can't write a book by himself,
Yeah, really.
so he will have his tweets, and that's all there will be.
He's all
I actually read his one book. What was the hell was it? The Art of the Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it. I was in grad school for business.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah.
Oh.
What did you learn from it, Tom?
What's that?
What did you learn from it?
Nothing.
Was it?
And it was obvious he didn't write it himself.
Was it required reading, or you just read it for yourself?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think we had a list of books we had to choose from to read.
You gotta give him credit, though. He's, you know, heck, he was president. He has been president of the United States. You know, that's a big deal.
Sure.
Seriously.
Mhm.
I wonder who's going to be the next president. I can't.
Well, he's gonna be sworn in for second term on January 20th.
I think he's run out of all legal options at this point.
Well, that's what you think, man. He's going to be there on the 20th.
I did hear a hint, but
So
something would have to happen for it to get thrown to the House of Representatives, or something like that. Anyway,
yeah, so that's, you know.
we don't want to lose our audience.
Would either of you want to be president of the United States?
Me?
Yeah.
They'll have to change the constitution, man.
Well, that's true. What about you, Doug? If you had the opportunity, would you have any interest in being the president of the United States?
If for instance it was me versus Donald Trump, and people said, Doug, you're the whatever strange confluence of events happened, where they said, Doug, you're the only one, I would gladly go up against him, and I think I would beat him. Knowing as much as I know about politics, I would make sure that people knew my heart, and that I thought about people, and I was caring, and you know, I can lie like that. People,
I wouldn't want to be president.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be president either.
You know why I would want to be, though?
Why?
Because I could have prime rib every night.
Yeah. And then the gout to boot.
And then the gout.
Yes.
Could have prime rib every night. Okay, so here, let's close out the show by, let's fantasize if we had to be president. Okay, the movie begins and blah, 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 stuff happens, and now you're president. So what kind of goofy stuff would you do that, you know, to earmark your presidency? What would you do? Would you, you know, I'm thinking I would have fun with Air Force One, you know, like fly a 747 right over Manhattan, you know, for a show, or throw out sparkles or something.
I'd make National Donut Day a federal holiday.
Tom, that would be great. That would bring the country together.
Yep. And I would make croutons constitutionally illegal. No more croutons.
If you could make a law, Kof, what about you?
Oh, I would just outlaw the Republican Party and the Democratic Party on day one. That's what
Okay.
I would do.
And what party would you, what would you call your party?
No party. That would be my first act.
And okay, what's your platform? No platform.
No platform either.
What are people supposed to stand on? Fuck.
My platform will be look, we would take all the laws, we put them at the mall in Washington and burn them, and we would start afresh. No laws except we start with the 10 Commandments. That's it.
Wow.
That would be their constitution.
You know, the 10 Commandments are tout, and nobody talks about the 5 missing commandments that were recently discovered in the Dead Sea.
Oh, what are they? The 5
I
missing.
had them written down somewhere. Let's see. Tom, you remember any of them? One of them was funny. God damn it.
I don't know, but this is fascinating radio.
It isn't.
Yeah, I agree.
I know I've got my 10 Commandments.
Oh, you
You were
found it?
with me when I wrote them. But you can't believe you didn't remember that for me. I'm going to find them. They were really funny. I think Stephanie even laughed.
So Kofi, do you know Stephanie?
Yeah, I met her. I met her a few times.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I can't really say I've talked with Stephanie a whole lot though, Doug, have I? Because
A little bit more on Zoom. And,
maybe twice or 3 times I've seen her. Each time I've been at a different under the table.
you know, I met her. Spam. I met her literally, you know, like she was going to meet my mother for that birthday party Thursday night for her birthday. She ended up dying, so she missed my mother by that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Doug, I met your mom at Scotty's.
You probably, yep.
When Doug first started with the comedy, he brought his mother and father to the shows.
Oh,
And
you know, when
it
you
was
said
so
Scotty,
cute.
I was thinking about a record store.
I did a bit with them. I did a bit with them. My parents are here tonight. They've been married 67 years.
Oh.
Their secret? They're both deaf. And then I did the joke about how mating for life is not natural. Very few species do it, and that humans, in order to stay married for any length of time, men develop the ability, or men's hearing, they lose the ability to hear high frequencies, and women lose the ability to hear low frequencies. So as they get older, they learn not to hear one another. Yeah, I think, Tom, do we have any shows to pitch coming up?
I have no public shows. I have a private show. I was hired for a 50th birthday party at a person's house. That's about it. I don't have any club shows, any restaurants. How about you?
Well, I do tell storytelling, and I'm doing a couple of bar mitzvahs, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Song and dance man. And I have many private engagements, which I cannot speak of, or I won't have them anymore.
Oh, and also I've been invited to go to the White House to photograph the first family.
Wow.
Before they leave.
Nice. Are you going to put the POTUS on a little pony
Yes.
Yeah. Give them a
I
little.
have it all laid out, but I it's all confidential. I can't tell you yet, but yeah, that's part of it.
Listen,
Okay.
It's going to be a
Make sure
white
you-
pony and a white and black pony, and
be
yeah.
patient, because I understand he takes a long time doing his hair.
and a giraffe.
And a giraffe. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Nice.
Oh, so Kof, believe it or not, I think we've gotten through our show. Somehow we've talked almost an hour.
Good.
Wow.
Well, like
Thank
they
you for joining.
say, there is no art to find a man's construction by the face.
So,
By the way, Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu was a banger, and I say thank you all for inviting me, guys.
Musa Papuka Pabusa Matusa Patita Patita. You're welcome.
Unga bunga bunga.
I know you think I'm making this up, but it's a name.
You say it one more time and I'll believe you.
Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu was a banger.
Okay, we're
Wow.
gonna play this back and see if all the versions match up.
Yeah, it does.
Is that one name?
Mobutu Sese Kuku Mbendu was a banger.
Yeah, why are
Wow.
you repeating yourself? Kof, thanks for so much for coming on. This has been
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Kelly and Max.
It was nice meeting you.
And thanks again to
Take
Jack
care, Tom.
of J. Irwin Productions. If you want a comedy show, write to Jack at jirwinproductions.com.
All right. And this has been Funny Talk with Mangelli and Max. Peace out. Happy holidays.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go. I'll send you a link when I get it.
All right.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Be good, guys.
All right. Take care.
Bye.